What's up, NZers?
And welcome back to another family reaction video. Well, couple reaction video.
This is a new thing.
Getting used to it without the kids.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be checking out something, once again, a little bit heavier.
A little bit more spicy.
Yeah, a little bit on the heavy side of things.
Yeah.
So we're going to check out how would the United States fight a nuclear war.
It's not something we really want the kids to think about.
No, exactly, yeah. It's
So-
just, but it is interesting to think about. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, how just in the time and the day that we live in, you know.
Right, so how different a world war now would
Yes.
potentially be to the other two that we've seen in history.
Yeah, I
It'd
know.
be so different.
Very different. Yeah. Anyway, let's check it out.
Okay.
It's been over 80 years since a major conflict has broken out in Europe. The result has left many with a deep sense of uncertainty. Nearly 70% of Americans surveyed by the American Psychological Association fear that we are at the beginning stages of World War III. The prospect of nuclear conflict, once unthinkable, is now a very real possibility. Today we're going to explore the unthinkable. How would the United States respond during a nuclear conflict? What's America's nuclear war plan? How many nuclear weapons are readily available to the president? Where are they? What are their targets? How many missiles would be launched? How many casualties could we expect after American bombs reach their destinations? What would the world look like going forward? And most importantly, could the United States win a global nuclear war?
Wow.
Scary thought.
Yeah. But we're quite far away from it, so.
Yeah. We're not even on the
United
map.
States operates under a nuclear triad, consisting of land-based
You know what? We kinda
intercontinental
like that.
ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, sea-based submarines armed with submarine-launched ballistic missiles, or SLBMs, and air-based strategic bombers, carrying gravity bombs and air-launched nuclear cruise missiles. Now let's take a look at each part of America's triad and its weapon delivery systems. The first and most well-known part of America's nuclear triad is its land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. The U.S. has 400 LGM-30 Minuteman III ICBMs that are launched via silos. These
So they kept
400
underground.
missiles have a range of over 6,000 miles and have near pinpoint accuracy. When launched, the three-stage Minuteman III travels at speeds of over 15,000 miles per hour, reaching its target in under 30 minutes. Each Minuteman III missile carries one warhead. 200 Minuteman III missiles are armed with a 335 kiloton W87 Mark 21A warhead, while the other half are armed with a 300 kiloton W78 Mark 12 warhead. Each warhead has around 40 times the destructive power of the bombs dropped on Japan in 1945.
Whoa.
Wow.
America's Minuteman III silos are based in 3 rural areas: the 90th Missile Wing at F.E. Warren Air Base in Colorado, Nebraska, and Wyoming, the 91st Missile Wing at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota, and the 341st Missile Wing at Maelstrom Air Force Base in Montana. Each wing has 3 squadrons, and each squadron has 50 Minuteman III silos. They're collectively controlled by 5 hardened underground
That's a
control
lot.
launch centers, each
Yeah.
operated with 2 military officers around the clock at all times. In the event that launch command centers are destroyed in a surprise attack, or the military officers inhabiting the launch command control centers get cold feet, these missiles can and will be remotely launched from an airborne command center, carrying out orders from the president.
Wow.
As with
Far
all
out.
things, there are advantages and disadvantages of the silo-based Minuteman III. Its primary advantage is that these 400 missiles make the most responsive leg of the nuclear triad. America's land-based ICBM force has remained on continuous around-the-clock 24/7 alert since 1959. They can be quickly launched in less than 5 minutes. America's silo-based ICBMs offer a strategic advantage as well. Due to their remote launch capability, an effective nuclear attack against America's Minuteman III silos will require at least
Safe
400
inland.
warheads, or 1 bomb aimed at each silo, forcing the enemy to use and deplete a considerable amount of their nuclear arsenal. But this strategic advantage also highlights the Minuteman III's disadvantages. America's land-based Minuteman IIIs are inherently vulnerable, as their location is commonly known, and therefore silos can and will be easily targeted. As a result, in the event of a large-scale attack, the president would be put in a sticky situation. He or she would have to either use these 400 missiles or lose them, forcing a large-scale retaliatory attack in response to perceived incoming warheads targeting American silos. With
Quite the
enemy
dilemma.
missiles already in flight, the leader of the free world would only have 15 minutes to decide.
Whoa.
And once a missile is launched, there's no turning back.
Nope.
Far out.
The second arm of America's nuclear triad is its air-based strategic bombers. The U.S. Air Force currently operates a fleet of 66 strategic bombers. America's strategic bombers are organized into 9 bomb squadrons and 5 bomb wings at 3 bases: Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota, Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana, and Whitman Air Force Base in Missouri. There are 300 nuclear weapons currently deployed at strategic bomber bases in the U.S. An additional 100 tactical nuclear bombs are deployed at NATO air bases in Europe. America's bomber fleet consists of 46 B-52 Stratofortress bombers and 20 B-2 stealth bombers. The B-2 stealth bomber can carry up to 16 1,200 kiloton nuclear gravity bombs. Each gravity bomb contains a massive payload of 150 times the destructive power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The B-52 Stratofortress bomber is a long-range heavy bomber with the ability to travel up to 9,000 miles without refueling. The B-52 carries up to 20 AGM-86 subsonic air-launched cruise missiles. When launched, the AGM-86 missile can travel over 1,500 miles at speeds exceeding 555 miles per hour, using its independent guidance system to deliver a W-80 150 kiloton warhead to its target in less than 90 seconds. Each warhead contains around 20 times the destructive power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The primary advantage of using air-based strategic bombers is that they can be called back if necessary. Furthermore, subsonic air-launched nuclear cruise missiles are a lot harder to defend against. When launched, an enemy force would have to counterattack each missile individually, making defense costly and complicated. The small size also makes them difficult to detect on radar. The primary disadvantage of strategic bombers is their response time. They take a lot longer to get in the air, and if air bases aren't on high alert, or if planes aren't already in flight, there's a high probability of them being destroyed in an initial surprise attack. This is particularly true for bomber bases located in Europe.
Northern Italy.
That sound.
Yeah. Run for cover. 1979. Sorry, who's shooting all of this? Is that coming out of Germany or something? Oh no, there's Germany back there. Who was that? 1956. Oh, is it?
The last and most important part of America's nuclear triad are its nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. The U.S. Navy operates a fleet of 14 Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines. Each submarine carries 20 Trident II submarine-launched ballistic missiles. The Trident II SLBM is the most destructive weapon in America's nuclear arsenal. Each missile is armed with either 4 or 5 475 kiloton W-88 warheads. In theory, each sub can launch its entire 20-missile payload virtually undetected in under 7 minutes.
Can you imagine being on the submarine just knowing that that's like with
I know.
Those missiles is like next to your bunk bed.
Like one.
When launched, the 3-stage Trident II
right
travels at speeds of over 18,000 miles per hour, has a range of over 7,500 miles, and typically reaches its target or targets in around 15 minutes. Each warhead is guided by a multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle, or MIRV, allowing a single Trident II missile to deliver up to 5 warheads to 5 separate targets. Just one Trident II missile alone, armed with 5 warheads, has 154 times the destructive power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
That's insane.
Overall, the U.S. has around 70% of all of its warheads on submarines, and with good reason.
Did not know that.
Why?
So they never know where they are?
There are numerous advantages of the ballistic missile submarine. For starters, they make up the most survivable leg of the nuclear triad. Ballistic missile submarines are virtually undetectable at sea. Their stealth design makes finding one an almost impossible task, giving pause to potential adversaries. With at least 10 submarines on constant patrol at all times, ballistic missile submarines assure that the U.S. can strike at any time, anywhere, even after a surprise attack. With each sub carrying an average of 100 warheads each, they have enough firepower to make just one submarine the 6th most powerful nuclear power in the world. In terms of disadvantages, there simply are none.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a good strategy, I have to say. Far out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
The destruction that you would see.
Wow.
When people imagine a nuclear war, the first thing that comes to mind is large cities like Los Angeles and Moscow being incinerated in a blaze of nuclear hellfire. While this would definitely be a likely outcome, the reality is that around 70% of the 1,800 nuclear warheads currently deployed by the United States aren't aimed at large cities, but instead at an enemy country's nuclear forces. To better understand this, we first need to take a look at America's current Strategic Nuclear War Plan, also known as the Single Integrated Operational Plan, or SIOP. First drawn up in 1950, the SIOP focused primarily on the Soviet Union. While today most of the weapons in the war plan still target Russia, other countries such as China, North Korea, India, and Pakistan are included as well. In this video, we'll take a look at a nuclear exchange with the only nuclear power comparable to the United States, the Russian Federation. This portion of America's nuclear war plan is called Major Attack Option 1. Major Attack Option 1 is the most demanding attack option available to the president. Should the Commander-in-Chief order Major Attack Option 1, the resulting attack would consist of over 1,000 warheads, targeting Russian nuclear forces, including ICBM silos, road-mobile ICBMs, submarine bases, primary airfields, nuclear storage facilities, design and production complexes, critical command and control facilities, and civilian population centers. Now let's take a look at Major Attack Option 1, its Russian targets, the American nuclear weapons used, and the overall outcome of an American thermonuclear attack on Russia.
Whoa. To be continued.
Wow.
Are you serious? Wait, is there more? Oh, we're just getting a little bonus launch.
Wow.
Okay.
That took my mind places it never been before.
Yeah, that was insane. I don't know. What do you think about the decision to in World War II to end the war, to launch the 2 bombs on the civilian population, the 2 cities, instead of because it said that Russia would actually attack, or whoever was launching the attack would actually target their military bases.
Yeah, but it also said
and the population centers.
The civilian population centers.
That's crazy how we become the collateral.
The target.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, because you wipe out all of their army or whatever, and then you take the people out, so that nobody can come back.
Oof, man, that's horrible.
It's so horrible.
That's just,
I mean, I feel like it would take quite a lot for there to be a World War III, knowing how many people have these super destructive bombs.
Yeah.
If you were going to launch an attack on the USA, you know that you don't know where the submarines are. You know that you're actually going to die because of it, right? Yeah,
it's like a suicide.
So wouldn't that stop you from doing it?
It's like a kamikaze thing. Yeah, exactly. They reckon that now if you launch the thing, you're basically pushing the world destruct button.
Exactly.
As soon as you send one.
Well, let's just say that one particular country launches an attack.
Yeah.
Immediately, they got 15 minutes and they're going to, they'll be like, let's attack 15 minutes later and they're wiped out.
But not only that, then you've got other people who would step in. Oh, you attacked my friend, my ally, so we're coming in now. And then somebody else will be like, oh, we don't like that guy, so we're going to come in and stop you. But
surely not everyone would get involved. Because the moment you attack, you're going to be attacked.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why it's never got that far.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of cold... I
think it would have to go.
Bats.
It would have to get pretty far.
It would have to go. Yeah.
Something horrific would have to happen.
It takes the first person to launch.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
That's it. And then we wouldn't even know what was happening.
Yeah.
We could wake up one morning.
We'd just be in a nuclear winter, and we're like, what?
We could wake up one morning and everyone's
gone
to war.
Yeah.
Because it'd take 15 minutes.
I know, that's
Don't
scary.
do that, by the way.
Yeah. Just chill out, guys.
Yeah, chill out. We love you guys.
Just relax.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We're all good.
You can come down and build a bunker down in Queenstown.
Which they are.
Yeah, that's where all the famous people are
all of the billionaires of the world are building bunkers.
In Queenstown.
Yeah.
Just, we probably shouldn't have mentioned that actually.
Actually, don't mention that. That's where our bunker is.
And we love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.